How's it going, Godzilla fans, kaiju fans, collectors, and just general people of YouTube? This is Zilla 1964 coming back to you with yet another figure review. Yes, we are finally back after a long hiatus, which I do apologize for with school and life and everything. It was a lot, so I put the channel on the back burner, but we are back since summer is here and school is out of session, thank God. But I figured we'd pick off where we left off in regards to figure reviews, and if I remember correctly, we left off right before this guy came out, which is not Zilla from the 2004 Godzilla Final Wars movie, but Godzilla 1998. That is right, that is the official name of this guy. It is Godzilla 1998, the American Godzilla, true to fashion. And might I say right off the bat, this is the superior Zilla figure, which makes this Godzilla 1998. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of 1998, but let's just get into detail here. Detail on this guy, like I said, is far superior from the muted detail that we got on the Zilla figure from Final Wars, which again, like I said, understandable because of the CGI modeling in that movie. But I mean, just looking at this guy, whole 10 steps up. I mean, look at this neck detail over here, which is really nice. For me, this is really the standout thing for Zilla besides the spines, or for the American Godzilla besides the spines. The neck detail is really nice, and then you have all this nice scaling detail going around for his body, and then ending kind of by the tail. But the scaling detail is not the only detail. You also have all of these nice kind of armored plates on his arms, on his legs, back of his legs even, which is really nice. We'll get to that later on. But his face is really the thing that for me is what shines, because we lacked a lot of face detail in the Zilla figure, so to see it here and translated so well is very nice. One interesting thing I noticed too was that the snout is a lot shorter. Not a lot, but it's noticeably shorter, which is very movie accurate, I gotta say. But yeah, I mean, detail is off the charts. Look, even the underside of the tail has really nice detail right here. Really nice lizard skin like detail. I mean, just there's so much going on here. Speaking of a lot, yes, you saw that right. I think that is where Godzilla laid her eggs from in the movie. The fact that they included in this figure is crazy. It's cool. It's a cool little detail, but it's not very something I expected. But yeah, A+ for detail, Bandai, for this figure and a lot of figures to come actually moving forward. But yeah, cannot praise detail enough. But really the kicker for me was the spines, how they differentiated from the Zilla figure. Just looks really a lot better in my opinion, especially with this really nice blue. I like this blue compared to the blue that they used on the Zilla figure. It sadly does cut off before the tail, but that's all right. Speaking of the blue, this brings us to paint. You got this really nice blue paint for the tips of the spines. Doesn't go all the way. Not sure why, but it is what it is. And for the tail, as to be expected, tail is not painted whatsoever. It kind of cuts off right there. Yeah, titular Bandai fashion. I am amazed though that Bandai did paint this part, the neck and this top area of the chest is painted very nice in this really nice kind of gray color. It's not matte gray, it's not flat either. It's got a little bit of gloss, which I really like. But besides that, toenails would be painted very nicely. Even the little dew claw here, painted very nicely. And the 5 fingernails are all painted as well, which is amazing. That's right, yeah, there's 5 fingers on Zilla. Godzilla. American Godzilla, yeah. But besides that, really, the teeth is going to be painted very nicely. No teeth on the inside of the mouth. Really, what I love, though, for paint is that how American Godzilla's eye is painted. You got the orange eye with the white pupil. which if you do not remember, if you're too young to remember, in a lot of the how do I say it? In a lot of the promo for the movie, for the American Godzilla movie, his eye was the main shot of it. Even in the animated series, the eye was orange with the white pupil, so this is a really nice callback. And for me, I really liked watching the animated Godzilla, American Godzilla series, so this is like a callback to my childhood right here. I mean, yeah, there's just not enough good things I could say about this figure. It's a really, really good American Godzilla figure, especially compared to this guy, which isn't a bad figure for what it was, but it was just lacking compared to this guy. And this is a custom. As you see, I did up the paint and really brought out as much as possible the scales and all, or the armored plating, but that's all I could do. And it looks like the, I guess, yeah, the Godzilla the series one. But yeah, liking this guy. I guess we could use this guy for scaling for the time being, because there's really nothing I could really scale against this guy since this gal. Just realized I've been calling him a guy, but it's been a girl the whole movie. Anyways, my bad, misgendered Godzilla, American Godzilla. But she scales up very nicely with the Zilla from 2004. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. There's really nothing I could scale her up against. I got buildings, but the buildings I would think are too short because she's like considerably tiny, especially in respect to Godzilla monsters. But that just about does it from scaling. Yeah. Okay, moving on from scaling on to articulation here. Basic Godzilla articulation, since she is a Godzilla. Arms move 360. Legs will move 360. No head articulation or seal, and then there is a glue at the tail, but no tail articulation. So that just about does it for articulation, which honestly it's all she really needs. So I'm really not too bummed with articulation. It's something that was to be expected for Bandai. But I mean, overall, this figure is a really, really good American Godzilla figure. I'm really happy with it. Paint, there is some things to be left desired from paint. However, with Bandai, it is to be expected, so I'm not really too bummed there. And with the paint that we do get, I think it is really, really amazing, especially with all the tonals being painted and the paint detail on the eye. I really did appreciate for this American Godzilla figure. But really, the thing that caught me off guard was the fact that Bandai did actually acknowledge this as the Godzilla 1998, or American Godzilla. Well, not American Godzilla, but did acknowledge this as Godzilla 1998. So this has been a very interesting trip from Bandai, and it gets even more interesting as we delve into the 2.0 line and the variants that have been coming out recently. I did pick up the statue or the poses line figures with the Godzilla -1 and the Godzilla 1964 or 1965, sorry, 1965 dancing. However, I will not be reviewing them. They are strictly for statue purposes. At least I don't plan on reviewing them now. If you want me to review them, please let me know in the comment section down below. But I will be focusing on other stuff, such as catching up on these figure reviews, because we have a lot of figures to review, and pushing out some new shorts and some new movies, because we are gearing up for the final battle between Super Godzilla and Bagan. But there's some other stuff in between before we get there. With that being said, though, this has been Chanzilla 1964 saying, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button down below. If you guys think I may have missed anything, or if you have other thoughts, please let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys like what you see on the channel, please do be sure to subscribe. Really appreciate it. We are close to 700 subscribers, so hopefully we're able to hit that before summer ends, but we will see. But anyways, this has been Chanzilla 1964 saying, until next time, guys, peace.